Hello beautiful faces, thanks for stopping by. Whether you are new or returning, today is going to be a really exciting video that's very self-indulgent. I wanted to go over my top 10 all-time favourite BL TV shows. So this is going to be a very self-indulgent video. I just want to talk and yap about my top 10 TV shows. Now this is the first time that I've ever completely ranked them. I've kind of always known what my top 10 has always been, but specifically for example, what's at spot number 7, what's at spot number 5, you know, this is the first time I've had to do that. Now I also want to let you know that I'm gonna have this video be a yearly thing, because I want to see if by this time next year my answers have changed and maybe I've got different shows getting added to the list and different shows that are getting kicked off the list to make way for the new shows, because every year obviously there are new shows that come out that I can discover. But this is my 2025 list of top 10 all-time favourite BL TV shows, so let's get right into it. Now I'm actually just going to start by briefly mentioning a couple of honourable mentions that I'm talking just didn't make the list. I swear to God, just didn't make the list by the tiniest amount. First is Tharntype. Tharntype is the first ever BL that I ever watched. It will always have a special place in my heart. It stars Mew and Golf. They're iconic at this point. And look, Tharntype was on my top 10 for the longest time, but after watching some new shows this year, I've decided that it's not on the top 10. It would definitely be on the list if I were doing a top 20, but I am only doing a top 10. So Tharntype will always have a special place in my heart for being the first ever BL I ever watched, but not on the top 10, but I did want to include it in an honourable mention. Next, I want to include Shine in the honourable mention. I really liked Shine. I was trying to be confused here and there, but I mainly did enjoy Shine. It's got My Lapo in it, who are my all-time favourite BL pairing, and this show was a BL set in the 1960s, so it's a period piece, and I really enjoyed it, just not enough to make the top 10. Lastly is Not Me. Not Me is another political show, but it is set today, with starring Off-Gun and a bunch of other side characters. You've also got First, you've got Neo, you've got some really good known people in Not Me. I loved it. It just missed out on the top, it just missed out on the top 10, but I did really enjoy Not Me. Not Me is the only Off-Gun show I've watched, which is a crime. I need to watch more Off-Gun. I am very excited for Burnout Syndrome that's coming out pretty soon though, so that's probably going to be my next Off-Gun. I know that Off-Gun have a backlog, but I'm just really excited for Burnout Syndrome. But I did really love Not Me, just not enough to make the top 10, but I loved Not Me. So that is it for all the honourable mentions. We're now going to actually get into the proper top 10. Now, spot number 10 is going to the oldest show, the show that I watched the longest ago, and it's still in my top 10 today, Manner of Death. This was adapted from, I think, a manga, and it stars Max and Tull. I just love Manner of Death so much. It is kind of like a murder investigation, but one of the main characters, I think he's a forensic person, so he does autopsies. That's what he does. He does autopsies for a living. And then the guy that he gets with, I'm pretty sure he's a suspect in the murder case. I don't 100% remember the plot entirely. I watched this 4 years ago. I think this was this my second ever drama? It might have been just after Tharntype. I went straight into Manner of Death. I might quickly Google the plot for this one in case I'm missing anything, just because I have watched it so long ago. Okay, here we go. Dr. Bunnerkit, who just goes by Bun, a provincial hospital medical examiner, suspects homicide in what appears to be a suicide case. His findings draw dangerous attention, and an intruder threatens him to alter his report. When a prosecutor friend vanishes, Dr. Bunnerkit secretly investigates, leading to Tan, a man who denies involvement, Together they team up to uncover the real killer and of course fall in love. It is ABL. So yes, so he does autopsies, he's a medical examiner, and yeah, so I loved this show. Oh my goodness, I'm definitely due for a Manor of Death rewatch soon because I watched it so long ago, but it definitely deserves a spot on this list because I always think about it. Like, it's always just in the back of my mind, like, hey, Manor of Death, you loved that show. You should rewatch it again soon. But, like, overall, you just loved that show. And I love the couple too. Like, they're so, like, Max Tull are so absolutely adorable. I definitely recommend this one if you're into something that definitely is action-packed, but it's not, like, too intense. It's not at a Kin Porsche level. It's not at a Pit Babe level or a Jack and Joker. Like, it's a lit, like, it is action-packed, but it's not, like, there is more action-packed than Manor of Death. There is also less action-packed than Manor of Death. I say it's medium-ish. I would also give it a medium for the spice level. So it's definitely not tame, but again, not at a Kim Porsche level. I loved it. It was a great show. I definitely recommend if you're into murder mysteries and things like that, and, you know, solving crime cases and things. I would highly recommend the show. Deserves a spot on my top 10 because I frothed the entire thing. In spot number 9 is going to the ultimate ensemble show, Only Friends. I love Only Friends. I love it. And it's one of the only few that isn't like action-y packed. It's more like drama. I describe it as Thai gay Gossip Girl. It's an ensemble show where you follow 3 main couples, and there's also a side GL couple, but 3 main BL couples. So you've got 4 main friends: Mew, Boston, Ray, and Nam Chuan. They're a group of mates, and as a part of the school project they open up a hostel together. Ray is like pretty rich, and then you've got like the couples and what goes along with them. So Ray and Sand, I love them. They're played by First Cow. I absolutely love Ray and Sand. This show is very, very toxic. Everyone's fucked everybody. It's like one of those shows, but I loved it. It entertained me. I had a good time. Ray is an alcoholic and he enlists Sand in the beginning to be his drinking buddy, and then that goes from there. Then you've got Mew and Top, which are played by Forcebook. Mew is the virgin of the friendship group and gets with Top. Now Top is very, very experienced. He like really wants to be Mew's first. He's a little obsessed with the fact that he really wants to be Mew's first, and so it goes from there and things like that. Then we've got Boston and Nick, who are played by Neo Mark. I'm pretty sure, I know that Boston's played by Neo. I'm pretty sure that Nick is played by Mark, but I could totally be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Mark. Anyways, Boston is the man whore of the group. He's very, like, he just loves casual sex. He doesn't want anything too serious. But then he meets Nick and decides that maybe he could be serious for Nick. Nick also gives a little, like, I can fix him. Though Ray and Sand also give a little I could fix him as well. And that's where those couples go from there. Now, we do have a GL couple as well. We've got Nam Chuan and April. Not a ton goes on with them. I think they tried to have it be 4 main couples. It ended up being like 3 main couples and then a GL side pairing, which was a little bit unfortunate, but well, what can you do? Just maybe hopefully they get more screen time next time. Like, you know what I mean? Anyways, but that is Only Friends. I loved it. It was great. You get some psychos that come in and try, you know, stir the pot, sorry. And it was just fun. Like I said, Thai gay Gossip Girl. It's fun. You know, they throw parties at their hostel. Yeah, so it's not really action, it's more like drama and things like that, but I really enjoyed this show. I had a lot of fun while I was watching it. I am very excited for the 2nd season. I was a little in the beginning disappointed that the 2nd season of Only Friends is going to follow completely different characters. Like, it's gonna have the same vibe, like set at a uni and whatever else, and be ensemble, but it's going to follow completely different people. And originally I was a little sad about that, but I found out who one of the pairings are, Joss Garwin, and I am obsessed with Joss Garwin. So now I don't care, because now I'm excited for Joss Garwin, because I love them, and I will be talking about Joss Garwin a little bit later in today's video. But now I'm like insanely excited for the second season of Only Friends because of that. And I will be interested to see who the other two couples are, but I just love Joss Garwin. But yeah, so Only Friends definitely deserves a spot on this list because I love it. It was fun. It was something different. I hadn't watched an ensemble show before, so it was interesting to see what that's like. So an ensemble show is when you have multiple main couples, because a lot of shows is very like you have one main couple, you have one side couple. That's like really it. So an ensemble is like 3 or 4. So it's like multiple main couples, and they all get a very similar amount of screen time. So nobody feels like side. Spot number 8 is going to 4 Minutes. Now this stars Jess and Bible. Now I froth Bible because I first saw him in a different show that I'm going to talk about in this video. And then he did 4 Minutes. Originally he was meant to do 4 Minutes with the person that he was paired up with in the other show. But that didn't end up happening, and he ended up getting paired with Jess instead. I like this new pairing better, but I love Bible Jess. Oh, so absolutely adorable together. Now, it's going as spot number 8 because I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But I did find the plot to be the tiniest bit confusing from time to time, so I wasn't about to put it anywhere higher. But I loved it, and the romance was absolutely beautiful, and I did understand the plot. I just like every now and then, like I think there are a lot of people that will agree with me. Sometimes I was a bit, because it does have some past present timelines. No, sorry, not past present timelines. It has like real and fake timelines, because the main character, Great, that's who Bible plays. So Great gets the sudden ability to see specifically 4 minutes into the future. And then Jess, he plays a guy called Time, and he works at a hospital, and that's like how they meet, because Great finds himself at the hospital and Time attends to him and things like that. And you've also got you've got a side couple as well, and they get a bit of a story, and it just goes from there. And I thought it was fun. It was fun. It was action packed, and you know, there's mysteries to solve and things. And then you got to deal with the whole seeing 4 minutes in the future thing. But what I meant by getting a little confused sometimes is because sometimes I was like, "Ooh, is this a now plot line, or is this like a 4 minutes in time plot line?" Because he can change the outcome of events, because he goes 4 minutes into the future, sees what happens. If he doesn't like it, he can like change what happens. Hopefully he's only got 4 minutes to do so. But I loved it, and the romance was everything, and this one's hot and spicy. Only Friends is also hot and spicy, because I forgot to mention that. They're pretty hot and spicy. What I will just warn you about though, 4 Minutes is made by a company called Beyond Cloud. Their spice is like next level. Oh my god, if a show is by Beyond Cloud, do not watch it in front of your family. Oh my goodness. Some of the 4 minute scenes I was watching was like, oh my goodness, how is this fake? I frothed it, and I'm not complaining, but watch it alone. Alone. Watch it alone. Anything by Beyond Cloud, watch it alone, because you will thank me later that you did not watch it in front of your family. Like, unless they also into that, watch it alone. I loved it. It was a great show, and definitely deserves a spot on this list. Spot number 7 is going to go to Revamp the Undead Story. This is Bon Prem. I think it's Bon or Bone, I don't know how you pronounce it, but Bon Prem. I absolutely love them. I've seen them as the side couple in Until We Meet Again, and then Revamp is a show that I was very excited for, because this is a BL involving vampires. I have the biggest, fattest crush on vampires, and that's probably not healthy, because vampires are deathly creatures that just want to drink your blood and kill you. But you put them in a romantic sense, and then it kind of makes you fall for them. And I loved Revamp. So you've got Pun, who's played by Prem, and you've got Ramil. Ramil is the vampire played by Bun. So basically, Pun owns a vintage store and he's got a gallery owning friend that says, hey, can you restore this painting? It's been vandalized. While he's doing the restoring, he accidentally injures himself and gets blood on the painting. It basically awakens Ramil and he comes out of the painting. So it was a painting of Ramil and he was stuck in that for about 100 years. And so he comes out of the painting because blood got smeared on the painting. So it starts an adventure from there because Ramil had powers, but he emerges powerless, so they've got to go hunting for those. Also, he's being chased by vampire hunters as well, and supposedly he had servants that the pair, and I guess some side characters, are also looking for. I loved this show. Oh my goodness, I love vampire shows! And I love Bo and Prem, and you put them together and what do you get? You get one of the best shows I've ever seen. I just, like Vampire BL, oh my god, it does not get better than that. I love anything with vampires. I loved Twilight. I loved the Vampire Diaries. Like, you put vampires in it and you put romance in it, I will froth every second. It's not gonna suck. You see what I did there? Like, oh, but it was like also like really emotional at the same time. Bo and Prem work so well together. Like, I didn't even like Until We Meet Again, but I liked them two as side characters and knew I wanted to watch anything that they've ever been in. I'm still yet to watch their spin-off show, which I will. My friend's been begging me, but I just really wanted to watch Revamp because it is a vampire show and I love vampires, and so I knew I wanted to watch Revamp. And I'm glad that I did because it was so good. It was so good. And I'm sorry, we need to talk about the biggest glow up in the whole BL industry. Barcode. Barcode. Barcode originally used to be with the Beyond Cloud agency, and he was a side character in a show, and he wasn't my favourite. I didn't even personally find him attractive either. And I was just like, oh, you know, he's just there, and he's also just a side character anyway, so like, whatever. He eventually actually ends up leaving Beyond Cloud Entertainment, which is so sad. Oh my god, the video where like, I think he and Jeff Satur leave, because Barcode was always used to be paired with Jeff Satur when they were in Beyond Cloud together. Oh, when they leave, oh my god, it was sad. Everyone was crying. It was a whole thing. They had like a farewell stage thing. I was like, oh my god. Anyways, Barcode moves to GMM TV. I don't really hear of him for a while, but I saw him in Revamp. Holy shit. He has grown up. He's hot now. Because like I mentioned, I didn't originally find him. No, oh, I do now. I do now, and I need Barcode to lead in something. Yes, it's going to be quite depressing that he's not going to go for Jeff Satur because I love Barcode with Jeff Satur, but they're not in the same company anymore, so that's not really going to be possible. Because I've also noticed with dramas, you only hire people from the company. So a GMM TV show will only have GMM TV people in it. Beyond Cloud shows are only going to have Beyond Cloud people in it. I've noticed you're not, like, Barcode is not going to get with someone from Beyond Cloud because Barcode's in GMM TV. He's only going to get with someone who's also from GMM TV. I've noticed that. It would be interesting. I would love to make a video where I talk about shows I would love to happen if you could mix companies. But yeah, you basically don't company mix at all. But I love Barcode now. That's my whole point. Like, I'm obsessed with Barcode now, and I need to see him as a leading role in something because, like, that meant I ended up frothing him so hard, and I was not expecting. I didn't even realize it was him at first, but my friend was like, you know, that's Barcode, right? And I was like, that's who? Say that again. Like, that's the biggest glow up in the entirety of it. Let me tell you. Let me bloody tell you. But my whole point, because I think I'm going a little bit off topic, is I loved Revamp. It was great. It was action-packed. It was sweet. Like, it was all the things that you want in a BL and more. But it obviously depends on what types of BLs are your favourites. I love the action-packed ones. I don't love the cutesy ones. So these are my favourite shows. I would be interested to know what your top 10 favourite shows are, so please leave them down below in the comments. I love like reacting to other people's top 10s. I think it's fun. But I loved Revamp. It was such an amazing show. It had like such good plot. Probably give it like, yeah, a medium, maybe like a medium for the spice level, and just, yep, it was great. Next, we have to talk about another vampire show in spot number 6, My Golden Blood. Oh my god, yes, we are just putting both of the vampire shows together. This stars Joss Garwin. Now, I froth these two. They're one of my favourite BL pairings. I am going to be making a video where I talk about my favourite BL pairings. But I'm pretty sure that in these shows, it does include all of my pairings, but I'm still going to make a separate video because I think that that would be fun to do. And I'm a very self-indulgent person at times, but I loved it. So, My Golden Blood, another vampire show, but a little bit different. This one's also cuter than expected, because the character that Garwin plays, he's at university, and then the character that Joss plays, he's like a 200-year-old vampire. So, basically, Garwin plays this guy called Mark. So Mark and his best friend Tongkla, they grew up in an orphanage and then they moved to Bangkok to study. So Mark has always been told his whole life that he's unwell and he's not allowed to hurt himself. If he hurts himself, if he cuts himself, if he bleeds, it's going to be very fatal for him. So basically Tongkla takes on one too many full part-time jobs, and he decides that he's going to ditch the one that pays less. And Mark's like, well, you know, I could do it for you. Tongkla's like, well, don't you dare. What if, you know, you injure yourself? Mark goes anyway, and that's where we meet, sorry, not Mark. Oh my god, I've been calling him Mark. Tong. Mark's the vampire. Tong and Tongkla are the ones that grew up in the orphanage. Oh my goodness. And then Tong meets Mark, who is the vampire at this place that Tong is like doing like a job for Tongkla, right? So, oh my goodness, I've been saying Mark this whole time. Tong. Anyway, it kind of goes from there. So Tong, turns out, he's not really unwell. He just has special blood, golden blood, which is irresistible to vampires. And we also find out that Mark has been tasked with taking care of Tong his whole life from afar. And they fall in love and they go from there. And there are certain people that want this golden blood, and just, I loved it. It was so great. It was also like, they loved each other. You know what? It was kind of giving a little bit Romeo and Juliet with the whole, they basically do not want to do life without each other. Like, I was watching it and was just like, holy shit. Like, this is on some Romeo and Juliet level, personally. You may not agree with it, but I thought that their love was very, like, whoa. And especially because in this show, like, vampires don't really feel love, but then Tong makes him feel love. Also, Mark does have, like, a little drop of golden blood. And I think that is what kind of starts the process of him being able to feel things like love. But, you know, it was just such a really good show. If you want something a little bit different, if you do love a bit of a cutesy element, like if action-packed shows are too action-packed for you and you need like a cutesy vibe to go along with it, I highly recommend My Golden Blood. I loved it. It was great. Oh my goodness. And again, this one's spicy. Maybe like medium but leaning spicy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's more than medium but less than like full on. I don't know. Anyways, it is spicy. You'll love it. It's awesome. I highly recommend this show. Spot number 5 is going to Goddess Bless You from Death. We are at my top 5 now. Now, I haven't watched the entirety of Goddess Bless You from Death because Goddess Bless You from Death is actually currently airing as we speak, and there are only so far. I have only watched the first 4 episodes, but I already love it enough for it to be in my top 10. I've even put it in my top 5. That's how much I'm enjoying it, and we are only 4 episodes in. Now, this stars Pavel Poo, who I love them. They are my number 2 top pairing. Literally only one pairing surpasses Pavel Poo, which I'll get to that. I think I actually already did. Anyways, I love Pavel Poo so much. Like I mentioned, my second top all-time pairing. I love them. And I love this show. So this one is a little bit scarier. It's got a little bit of a horror element to it. I have had to close my eyes like once or twice if it got a bit too gory for my taste. I'm not into gore and horror. But it's not that bad. I think I've literally only closed my eyes once. Literally, now that I think about it, I've only had to close my eyes once. There is one scene in episode 3 that was a bit too gory for my taste, but otherwise we're kind of right. So this follows, you have Thup and Singha. Thup is a temple boy. Singha is a police investigator. So basically there's a murder where 7 people are found hanging from a tree, and Thup is the only person alive and witnesses of the case. In the very, very beginning, it is thought that he is the suspect because he's the only one alive, and it's like, well, did you kill these 7 people? He's like, no, I would never. Ghosts did this. So you also get a bit of a ghost storyline. Singer's like, oh, you're having a laugh because ghosts aren't real. But no. Ghosts are real. Thup sees them. He's quite scared of ghosts and things like that. And basically, Thup is brought on to help with the case as the only witness. He also lives at Singha's house, so Singha is allowing Thup to live with him. We also get Top 10 Michael as the side couple as Say and Darin. They are people that do autopsies. They work in the forensics unit. So they are like the side couple of the show. They're ex-lovers, and somehow it's not weird at work. I am frothing it. Like I said, we're only 4 episodes in, but I love it so much. I love it. I look forward to every Saturday. Technically, you get a new episode on Friday, but on the website I'm watching it on, I don't get the new episode until Saturday. So for me, it's every Saturday. I froth every Saturday because it's Goddess Bless You from Death Day. And I love this show so much. I'm only 4 episodes in. I love it so much. I'm not going to say much else because I can't. We haven't even really gotten to the romance. We're 4 episodes in. I can definitely tell, in comparison to the other show that Pavel Poo have done together, this one is a lot more, it is a slower burn. We have not had a kiss yet. It is a slower burn. But I love it. I love it. I love it so much. It's honestly, I love a slow burn for them. It works. Not that more of a lustful show doesn't work, but, because that's what their other show was like, but I love him in a slow burn. Fuck, it's so good. It's so good. Now, I can't really give you a spice level yet because I haven't watched the entire thing, so I don't know how spicy it plans to be. I don't know. If I want to go off of that other show, I'd say, yeah, probably will be. It's just a slower burn, so you got to wait a bit until you get it. But I'm leaving it at that. Spot number 4 is going to the Heart Killers. This is my most recent watch, and oh my goodness, I love it. So First Cow are the main couple, and then you've got June Dunk as the side couple. Now, I love First Cow. I froth some First Cow because I spoke about First Cow in Only Friends. And when I went into the Heart Killers, I was expecting that I was just going to love First Cow. Not that I wasn't going to love the side couple, but I was like, First Cow are going to be like my main men. I think I like June Dunk a little bit more. I was heavily frothing the side couple. I think, weirdly, more than the couple the First Cow played. I never expected. But basically, the story is you have Bison, played by Cow. Bison has an older brother, Fidel, played by June. So Bison and Fidel, they are hitmen. I think they only take out really bad people. I don't think they take out innocent people, I think. Anyways, then you have Kant, played by First, who's got a best friend, Style, played by Dunk. So, Style and Kant are best mates. Now, what Style doesn't know is that Kant actually has some criminal charges against him. The police are willing to make it all go away if Kant does whatever they say. What they want them to do, right? So basically, you got to get in with Bison and Fidel because the police suspect that they're hitmen and want to arrest them. They just don't have, like, solid proof. So it's kind of like, you know, they're spies on the inside sort of thing. And so Kant really wants to get with Bison. They also slept together once. So it's like when he finds out who he has to like get in touch with, it's like, oh dear God, I've slept with him. But he's got to get through Fidel. Fidel is very overprotective, stay away from my brother sort of thing. So he enlists Styles' help, says, Style, you gotta get with Fidel. You gotta like break down Fidel's walls so that I can get with Bison. And that is exactly what Style does. Oh my God, Style just wears him down because Fidel's like, fuck off. Like, Fidel's very, I don't have time for this. I'm too busy for a boyfriend. I don't trust someone enough to have a boyfriend, sort of, you know, go away, go away. Style doesn't take no for an answer. Just refuses to take no for an answer. Let's be real, he wears Fidel down and then one day Fidel's just like, oh, fuck it. And fuck it he does. I frothed. Oh my God, I love this show. It is my most recent watch. Like, oh my God. I loved it. I loved Bison and Kant, but I think I just liked Fidel and Style. I think they ended up being my number ones from the show, which I wasn't expecting. But you know what? First looks really, really good with tattoos. That's what I should have also mentioned. Like, he's a tattoo artist. And he looks so good with tattoos. I know they're fake, I think. But, like, yeah, because he's not had tattoos in any other show. He's only got tattoos in this show. But, oh, he looks so good in them. But Fidel, Style, I just ended up falling in love with them. Oh my God. June Dunk are one of my all-time favorite VL pairings. Like, I am going to make that video. It's going to happen. And so I can talk about, like, Pavelpoo and June Dunk and Mylapo and anyone else I feel like talking about. But I just love it. You know what? Again, it's another one of those. It's action-packed, but it does also have, like, a cutesy element to it. This also has a BDSM element to it, which is the first time that I've ever seen that in a BL. I was not expecting, I mean, I was expecting, because I've seen the trailer and, you know, I've seen some stuff. But I will just, yeah, I guess warn people if that's not their thing. I don't know. There is a BDSM element with the first cow couple, Bison and Kant, and just, yeah. But it was such a good show. I highly recommend. Again, it's got a cutesy little element. Bison definitely surprised me because he's like quite cutesy, and so I thought that he was definitely going to bottom for first, but like a dom side came out of him when it came to the NC scenes, and he ended up topping Kant, and I was like, that I was not expecting. But yeah, before we get a little bit too spicy, we're just going to move on to the next show. Alrighties, top 3 people. We have Jack and Joker. This is played by Yin and War. Oh my goodness, I love this show. This one's also the least spicy on the list, but it had such amazing plot. So this is a heavy slow burn, and it's quite tame on the spice level. You only get one singular NC scene, otherwise it is quite tame, but it has such amazing plot. I love this show so much. And Yin and War, another one of my favorite pairings, but one of the best. Like, they have some of the best acting in the game. Oh my God, the emotion and everything in this show. Oh my goodness. You've got episode 1 is a little bit of a setting up sort of episode, and then you've got episode 2, which starts the proper show 5 years later. But do not skip episode 1. Like, episode 1 is very important because otherwise you'll be quite confused in episode 2. So you've basically got Joker, who's like a thief. He's not really a good guy, and he ends up damaging Jack's life because of it. Jack always had a dream that he wanted to be like a martial arts teacher, but then that gets crushed because of what Joker has done. And he owes money to this debt collector guy, but the guy goes, well, I won't hurt you if you come work for my company. So he ends up working as a debt collector to one of the side characters that he owes money to. So Joker is punished for it 5 years later. Anyways, 5 years later, so he actually feels really bad about what he did. He wants to make amends. He weirdly, like, it's one of those prison did fix him. He genuinely feels really bad about what he did. You know, promises he won't do it again, blah, blah, blah. Jack in the beginning's like, you know, fuck off. I don't want anything to do with you. You ruined my life. Fuck off. So basically Jack Joker plus some side characters do come together. They have to pull off a grand heist, taking down the big bad guy of the show. So it is very, very action-packed, but you get such good romance, such good found family as well, because the friendship group in this show is immaculate. I love it. I love it. I love it. And like, oh my god. And the friendship group includes the disowned son of the big bad. So he gets disowned and then goes, well, I'm going to join the group of people that are trying to take you down. And like, it was immaculate. This show is immaculate. I have no faults. I am due for a Jack and Joker rewatch because I frothed it so much. I'm so surprised I've not watched anything else that Yin and War have done. That is a crime. I need to, because I know they've got a new show coming out, and then they've also got, I know that they've also got like Love Mechanics, which got 2 seasons. So like, I need to hurry up and watch that because I love Yin and War so much. But you know what? There are so many shows I want to watch and so little time to watch them, unfortunately. But I love Jack and Joker so much. It's one of the best shows. It is in my top 3. Gets that bronze medal. It's amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. And please, if you love good action-packed shows, I highly recommend. Final 2 spots, the silver medal and the gold medal. Now, these last 2 shows I'm going to talk about have my 2 all-time favourite BL pairings, Pavel Poo, Mile Apo. So the silver medal goes to Pit Babe. Yes, both seasons, because I'm just including, it's just Pit Babe, alright? So this has Pavel Poo in it. Pavel plays Babe and Poo plays Charlie. Oh, I love it. So I froth Pit Babe so much. I binged both seasons about a month ago when I was sick, and it just instantly became one of my favourite things I have ever watched. I love it. This is another show that has absolutely amazing found family. Oh my god, the found family in this show is absolutely amazing. So you basically have Babe, who is the unbeatable king of the Hallows. He's an F1 racer, like he races cars. He's really good. He's the unbeatable king. No one ever seems to beat him. And then we've got Charlie, who is been a Babe fan for a really long time. He really wants to be a racer too, but he doesn't have his own car. He's not really a part of any company or anything like that. And so Babe kind of has these things called Babe's Boys. They're kind of like, they're basically their sex partners, and I'll get to why they're sex partners in a hot minute. But basically, Babe goes, alright, you can be my boy, and if you satisfy me enough, I'll let you choose a car from my collection, and you can be a racer too, and blah blah blah. Goes from there. So, there is the racing plot of the show. There's also an Omegaverse plot of this show, because every single character is a werewolf. They have like their alpha, beta, omega, or enigma status. And so basically, Babe likes to have sex before every race. It helps him like focus, because also these werewolves have like special powers, but he has like heightened senses, so he doesn't really want that to affect him while he's racing. Apparently sex will calm him down and things like that, so that he can race and focus and win and blah blah blah. And so they got all these special powers and things like that. And we also find out that a couple of the characters are adopted sons of the big bad of the show, and everybody comes together because they want to take him down. Or do they? And so I froth. I froth the side characters as well. I definitely froth the side couple, Jeff and Alan, played by Silapong. But Babe Charlie are my favourites. Apparently that's quite a basic answer because everyone's obsessed with Kim Kenta. But I just love Babe Charlie, okay? Because I love Pavel Poo, and I even love the Mama Papa thing. I think that's adorable. And I just love Babe Charlie. I'm allowed to love Babe Charlie, okay? Because I just do. They are so in love with each other. It's just not even funny. I just froth the entire show. It's amazing. It's literally my second all-time favourite BL. Only one BL tops it. This BL gave the top BL like a run for its money. Like, it's just amazing. If you like, it's action packed, it's spicy, so you don't have to compromise around anything. It's like, it is so good. It, like, and the second season just expands on the universe, and I love it. I will admit, I liked season 1 better, but I didn't dislike season 2. I still froth like season 2, and I love it, and both seasons are sharing like this top spot. I mean, it's the same show, so I'm not breaking up seasons worth of a show, of course not. Like, it was just one of the best shows that I have ever watched. Radio, so the number 1 spot, the golden medal, KinnPorsche! I don't know if you guys will be surprised about that. Maybe you will be surprised about that if this is your first ever video from me. But I have spoken about the KinnPorsche novels before because I do own physical copies. So if this is not your first video from me, you might already know this. But I love KinnPorsche. It's the most action-packed thing I've ever watched, the most spiciest thing I've ever watched. Like, it's just got all the elements of a great BL. It is also very toxic. This is like dark romance BL. So check trigger warnings before you go into it, because this does involve like the Thai mafia. But I loved it because it still had really great and amazing romance. Like, I loved it. We follow like 2 rival Thai mafia families, the major family and the minor family. And it predominantly follows the second son of the major family, who his bodyguard is put out of action, so he's on the hunt for a new one. And he meets Porsche, who is a charismatic bartender, but he also fights on the side for money. They have an encounter, Kinn begs for help, and Porsche is like, yeah, rightio. Obviously he wants to be paid for it, but he helps, and Kinn gets to thinking, actually, you'd be really good as my new bodyguard. Now, Porsche doesn't want to work for the mafia, but Kinn is great at convincing people to do things that he wants. And so, lo and behold, Porsche starts working for the mafia. And it just goes from there. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. We have a side plot involving that minor family I was telling you about. So Vegas, who is the oldest child of that family, and he gets with Pete, who is one of the bodyguards that works for the major family. Vegas Pete, oh, I do love Vegas Pete. So this is what I was speaking about earlier with 4 minutes. Vegas is played by Bible. And I love Bible. He's such a great actor. Because great versus Vegas, they're 2 completely different characters. Oh my god. Even if you want to talk about it in an NC sort of sense, he tops in KinnPorsche, but he bottoms in 4 minutes. Like, and that's probably enough said. But Vegas is like the reddest and blackest of flags in the entirety of BL. So this is what we mean by check those warnings, alright? But you are gonna have, I trust that you will have, if you're into that, such a good time. This show, so action-packed. Oh my goodness, I think they're like rivals with an Italian mafia, and like, it is just honestly the best TV show I've ever seen. I frothed every single second of this show. Like, it was just to die for. I was watching it, I was in awe, I was in love. I couldn't take my eyes off of the screen. I shit you not, I finished KinnPorsche and instantly rewatched it. I basically binged it twice all the way through because that is how much I loved it. Like, finished it and then automatically was like, well, I'm going back to episode 1 and doing it all again, putting myself through that all again, happily. Now, KinnPorsche is played by my all-time favourite couple, Mile Apo. Oh, Mile Apo were fucking made for each other. I'm sorry, they were made for each other. They were made to act together in these shows because, oh my lord, oh my god, like, they are perfect. I have no flaws for them. I have no flaws for this show. It's a very toxic show, I know, but, because, like, let's be real, Vegas has flaws, and every character has flaws, but, like, I love the show and the show has no flaws. It entertained me to no end, and I just really highly recommend if you're into action-packed stuff. If you're a dark romance girly, you like MM and you have not either read or watched KinnPorsche yet, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You, like, pronto. Get on it pronto. You're gonna have such a good time, bestie. Because, oh my god, like, I know I had such a good time. It is my favourite Thai BL of all time. And I don't think anything will ever top it. Like, it's gonna be very, very hard to top KinnPorsche. Like I said, Pit Babe came close, but I kept it as my number 2 and kept KinnPorsche as my number 1. I definitely want to do a KinnPorsche rewatch because I love it. I try and do a KinnPorsche rewatch like once a year because it came out in 2022. I do a KinnPorsche rewatch like once a year because I think about them daily. Okay? Because I love them. I love them. This show, I could literally just go on and on and on about how much I love them. Like, I just love them. I know, they're like toxic ads, but I love them. And they are so cute together. They would kill for each other. They would die for each other. Like, all the things. I just love them. They're just my number 1s. They are my literal number 1s. Well, that is it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. I loved talking about my top 10 shows. Like I mentioned, I want to have this be a yearly thing because I want to see if by this time next year, has my list changed or has it stayed the same? So that'll be very interesting to find out once we get to this time next year. But I loved talking about this year's list. I love everything on the top 10. Even the honourable mentions. Like I said, the honourable mentions only like just missed out. But yeah, basically that is it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you love a good BL just as much as I do. And I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.